This is a case that has just intrigued many worldwide. And the question in this episode is, will charges stick against Rex Heuermann, who was arrested in broad daylight in Manhattan in 2023? And if the charges stick, against how many people? And you've mentioned before, Yoli, that you thought it was interesting that, in the Koberger case, they had to blast his house down with heavy equipment and flashbangs. And in this case, Mr. Heuermann, who is a suspect, was just arrested in broad daylight in Manhattan.
Yeah, it's very strange because if they had DNA from Rex Heuermann that connected him to the crimes, I'm presuming it wasn't through investigative genetic genealogy. It was actual, DNA that was corroborated or connected him to those crimes. That they would see that he was likely, allegedly, a serial unaliver. That he most likely, they had probable cause to arrest him for that, and he would be very dangerous. So no, they just went over and arrested him in front of a storefront, and all peaceful and nice. And
in the middle, I'm sorry, in the
in the
middle of the
daylight.
day, broad daylight, Manhattan, and anybody who's been there, probably 90% of our audience knows that it's a crowded place.
Right.
You bump into people, and that, there's a thing called New York manners. It's like, you accidentally or otherwise bump into people. But nonetheless, the law enforcement was able to do what they did. And Rex Heuermann, as we indicated in a previous episode, was initially charged with what's called the Gilgo Four. But now the complaint named 3 people for which he faces first degree, but there's 4 more for which he faces second degree. Rex Heuermann filed a motion to, sever some of the charges.